Hello and welcome to US 131 Motorsports Park in Western Michigan. I'm Jochen Tartak, professional driving instructor with the Ford Performance Racing School. We're here to provide tips on how to get the most out of your 2020 Mustang Shelby GT500 at the drag strip. Joining me are two of this incredible car's engineering team, Matt Tranter and Brian Zorman. Together, we're going to teach you best practices on how to launch this rocket to your personal best quarter-mile time efficiently and safely. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So tell me a little bit more about pre-race inspection.
Yeah, pre-race inspection is critical for safety. It's good to do a walk around of the car. You want to check your fluid levels, make sure your oil, coolant are good, you know, that the car's not leaking anything. When we get to the drag strip, another thing for safety is we generally try to have our headlights on, have your AC off so you're not dripping water on the track. It's always a good idea to check your lug nuts. We recommend 150 foot-pounds of torque. When it comes to alignment, right, from the factory for the street, we're at negative 1.7 degrees of camber. For the drag strip, it's nice to realign that to negative 1 degrees of camber to stand up the tire and increase the contact patch for putting all this power to the ground. Tire pressure is another critical parameter. We would recommend starting with 28 PSI cold in the rear tires and then adjust from there to get the best results. Aero is a critical item that not a lot of people think about at the dragway. We spend a lot of time talking about downforce for the road course, but here at the dragway, it's all about reducing drag. So on the base car with the handling package, we would recommend removing the gurney flap and removing the front splitter wickers for decreasing drag and increasing quarter-mile trap speeds. On the carbon fiber track pack, we'd likewise would recommend lowering the wing position to the street position to reduce drag.
It's pretty straightforward. None of those things should take a whole lot of time, so they can do it at the drag strip when they get here.
Absolutely.
And then they're ready to go. Awesome. So Brian, does the car have to be up to any kind of temperature requirements?
Yeah, the vehicle has to definitely be up to operating conditions that are stabilized for the vehicle before running it down the track to get the maximum performance out of the vehicle.
So don't just turn it on and go down to the strip, right? You got to kind of turn it on, let it warm up, and then get up there and make it runs.
Absolutely.
Great. With 760 horsepower and 625 foot-pounds of torque, the GT500 is capable of running the quarter mile in less than 11 seconds. The best way to help manage that power is with the launch control feature. The launch control feature makes use of software specifically developed for the GT500. It helps minimize wheel spin, optimize traction, and help manage acceleration. I'm going to pass it to Brian to show us the best way to set up launch control.
For launch control at the racetrack, you want to be able to be prepared. So get in the vehicle, take a look, and press the snake button on your steering wheel. That'll first then bring up the Cobra emblem on your dashboard and brings the track app up as an option. Press the track app with the OK button, and then you can pick for your launch control settings. Hit OK again, turn your launch control on to make sure that the square is checked on the dash. Then move down to your RPM setting, hit OK again, and that brings up your RPM range. You will have an option going from 1200 RPM all the way up to 3200 RPM. Our recommendation is starting in the middle of the setting and adjust accordingly depending on the weather and temperature of the track at that time of day.
So what if I want to not use the launch control feature?
We're going old school, huh?
Yep, I like it.
All right, well, with this vehicle, we are able to control launch control with ourselves and our right foot. So first thing is turning traction control off, which is eliminating the computer work that the launch control system is set up for so that you become the launch control in the vehicle. So pick the RPM, press the gas pedal and hold it there till the light turns green. Once it goes green, just pull away and go.
So now we're going to put Brian to the test. We've got the GT500 all set up with the launch control feature. Ready, Brian?
Let's do it.
Go. So Brian, what about temperature management?
First one that the customer wants to be aware of in the vehicle is launch control unavailable. If the vehicle is not operating at the right temperatures, fluids are too cold, you'll get the warning that comes up saying unavailable, keep driving the vehicle till it's ready to go. Or if the vehicle is above operating temperatures where it's a fail-safe mode, the warning will come up to say, hey, drive the vehicle, cool the temperatures down, going at a slow, steady speed in the highest gear possible for a little bit, and then the warning light will go out. If you also have the warning come up, your steering wheel might not be completely straight for going down the road, or also you might be on uneven ground, which we have the sensors in this vehicle to verify that the vehicle's on flat ground at the racetrack. If you then still have a problem with that, you might want to try to reset the system and creep up a little bit forward to reset the whole vehicle in a different location.
On the GT500, it all starts with drag mode. Matt, tell us more about drag mode.
Sure thing. Drag mode changes a few parameters to get us the best performance on the strip. First, it enables launch control automatically. Then it turns our exhaust to the loudest setting track, so you can really hear the power as you go down the track. Then it softens the rear suspension to maximize the weight transfer, reduce any chances of wheel hop, and give you the best grip. Most significantly though, is it enters a launch control traction control, which maximizes some of the allowed wheel slip on this end of the track where you're going slow, and then returns to a more conservative setting at the higher speed end of the track. So this is how to do a stationary burnout using the line lock feature. We're going to hit the Cobra button. The track apps menu will come up, press OK. Go to line lock, press OK. You'll have to hold the OK button to initialize. A spinning wheel will come up. Once the wheel is solid, you have to firmly press hard on the brake, press OK. You'll hear the brake booster. It'll start a 14-second countdown. Now if I get on the gas, it'll break the wheels free, and then press OK when you're ready to roll out of it. The second burnout method is a rolling burnout. We'll accomplish this with the DCT by being in drag mode or track mode where brake over accelerator is disabled. So we'll start by going to drag strip mode. Then I'm actually going to use the launch control at the highest setting to spike the tires. I'm going to go to my track apps menu, go to launch control, RPM, set it to 3200. You can back out of that menu and turn traction control off. With traction control off, the launch control will say unavailable, but it'll switch to a RPM only mode. So when I do my 2 foot on the brake and the gas, it'll hold the engine to 3200, which is enough to spike the tires. So I'll go watt with my foot on the brake, spike the tires, and then I'll quickly come back onto the brake. And that should hold the car, and then depending on how hard I stay on the brake, will decide how much movement I allow.
All right, Matt, you've got it ready. Show us how it's done.
Okay.
It's moments like that we all come to the drag strip for. That's great information, and many thanks to Brian and Matt for being here today, and many thanks to you for watching. Hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about how to get the most out of your vehicle. Be safe out there, have fun, and buckle up.